I was sitting at my job, March 22nd, working a night shift. You know, me being the music head that I am, you know, I knew that Future was about to drop. He was about to drop an album. So, you know, I'm listening. I'm on Spotify. I'm listening. And we get to track number 6, a song called Like That. And I've already heard a snippet of the song. And I'm really feeling the beat because I remember, well, I know the beat is from the 80s, but I know the beat from Lil Wayne killing that shit back in the day with Hard Body. Back in his, no, this is off of Drop 3s. This is back in during the mixtape Weezy era. So I know that beat was very popular, you know, so I know about that beat. But anyway, so I'm listening to the verse, Future killing it, Metro production, the sample is crazy, like the way he's freaking in and shit like that. And then we get to the second verse, and I hear a familiar voice. I'm like, well, hold up. Is that Kendrick? And Metro and Future are genius for this because they deliberately, they did not put the features, you know, it's not listed on Spotify. At least it wasn't when I first listened to it. And I'm listening, and I'm trying to work while I'm listening. My first time listening to a verse, I'm like, yo, Kendrick talking that shit. And it was funny because he said, I hope them sentiments symbolic. My temperament bipolar, I choose violence. I remember hearing that shit. And I'm just like, wow, this nigga Kendrick, okay. He done came up out of hiding. He been hearing the talk. And he want to put them boys back in their place. He think they shit sweet because he don't pop out like that. But he really a savage. But yo, that song Like That is already an instant classic. Like, there's just so many dynamics. There's so much stuff going on with that song. I couldn't digest it all at first. I was like, wow. First off, I had no idea Kendrick was going to pop out with that. Future's verse was fire. Metro, the way he freaked the beat. The thing about Metro is, which made it so fire to me, was that fucking break. People don't talk enough about that damn breakdown at the end. He's like, people, on the internet, people keep talking about, oh, that's an old song, it's been sampled. But like, when you're a great producer, you could take stuff that's already been done and add your own shit to it and make it even better. And it's basically what Kanye does. Like, MetroBoomin has Kanye West ability with those samples. Like, that shit, bro. That beat, whatever it is he was using, that towards that breakdown at the end, man, that boy MetroBoomin ain't playing. But that song Like That is crazy. Like, especially that verse, because Kendrick dissed him so hard. Like, that Prince outlived Mike Jack line, that shit was crazy. The fact that he is on a song with somebody that made an album, a mixtape called Purple Rain, alluding to Prince. The fact that in other Kendrick Lamar's references has associated himself with Prince. The fact that Drake associated himself with Michael Jackson, because he's a record breaker, you know what I'm saying, breaking a lot of records in the music industry. Man, that was a fire line. Like, that man Kendrick was not playing. And I'm not really too sure about the beef that Drake and MetroBoomin have. But man, during that breakdown, it was so funny. It was like, Future said his little shit. Kendrick said a lot of shit, but during that breakdown, it was funny. It was like MetroBoomin had made his own verse onto the song, but even though he didn't say shit. Like, that was like his old verse. Like, man, that song was an instant classic. Definitely an example of when everybody does their part in the group project. That was one of the greatest examples you're gonna get of that. That I was thoroughly entertained by that song, even from first listen. And I love the way how they built up to that, because I remember watching a little video in the beginning of the week. Like Travis Scott was I think it was Rolling Loud. Travis Scott wanted him to play the song, and I guess they're already knowing that, look, this shit is gonna be too big. Like I've been hearing snippets of the beat throughout, you know what I'm saying, over the last couple of months, because I was excited about the song already because of the beat and about the sample of it. But it was even way bigger than that. I love, you know, in music can be generic, music can be boring, especially nowadays. But that was some very creative stuff, man. I was very, very happy to see that in hip hop, man. But yeah, Kendrick gonna fry Drake. Now, J. Cole, I don't know. Cause J. Cole has been getting better over the last few years. This ain't no 2013 J. Cole. J. Cole is souped up now. He's definitely been stepping his bars up. He's definitely been getting better. All you need to do is listen to Benny the Butcher's Johnny P's Caddy. He cooked on that verse. So that's a little different. But I know that Drake and Kendrick have always been had, especially since that Control verse back in the day, they've always had some type of tension, some type of animosity towards each other for whatever reason. You know, but it's a competitive music thing. It's like you know, going back to what I said about Prince and Mike Jack. Back in the day, they had their own differences, you know. But and this is just another iteration of that, the next generation of that Prince and Michael dynamic. You got Prince, who's, you know, you got Michael, who's considered the star, the one that breaks all the records, and then you got Prince, who's considered maybe not as successful commercially, but he is definitely the more respected artistically out of the two. They're both legends in their own right, but they're just two heavyweights going at each other. So yeah, man, that. I like to see the competitive nature of music come back. And it's so funny. Like, Drake's such a funny guy, man. Like, you think you're going to be dissing all these people just because you got money and shit like that, and they're not going to say nothing? Like, it's just funny. Like, Drake the type of dude, it seems to be like, you do some foul he'll do some foul shit to you, but when you do the same thing back to him, all of a sudden, you're unfair, or you're doing too much, or it's not, you know what I'm saying? He one of them little bitch ass niggas. He give me that type of energy. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I like the music though, but I don't know. Just on a personality level, even though I don't know this man personally, he gives off that type of energy. So, it's always good to see people like that get put in their place. But it's also interesting to see how he reacts to it. Is he really him? Does he really feel like what he said on that stage today, when he said that nobody on this motherfucking planet can fuck with him? Does he really feel like that? Or is he just trying to affirm to himself that you're the man, you're the guy? Does he really feel like that? Because I ain't gonna lie, when I see that shit on stage, the body language and the words wasn't adding up. So, you know, Kendrick ain't no slouch. He ain't Meek Mill. He ain't Meek. This ain't Meek. And this ain't Pusha. When you see what you did with Pusha, you had all these motherfucking excuses. Pusha came for your head, and you had all these excuses why you couldn't fuck with him. So what excuse you got for Kendrick? All right, now. All right, Drake. We're going to see. Because, I mean, you got a lot of these people out here fooled about how great you are. You know what I'm saying? About how untouchable you are. And maybe, like I said, in the money lane, yeah, I can see that. I mean, you're one of the biggest earners in the music industry. But when we talking musically, bro, you're not the only thing smoking out here, man. There's guys that really can do this shit. And one of them dudes by the name Kendrick Lamar, he just came for your head. So what you finna do, Drake? What you finna do, Cole?